Welcome back to Vin. Today's video I'm playing Planet Coaster. And in today's video, we're gonna be finishing off Adventure Park with a tour of it. So I'll go from the front to the back of the park. So starting from the parking lot, we have the entrance. The people driving make a right here or left depending on where they're coming from. And they come into the ticket booths or parking booths, whatever you want to call them. Pay, and then they enter into here and go throughout the parking lot. Coming out for exiting, same thing, just instead we have it to where it splits off to where you go right or left, and then we have lights for those. It's a simple parking lot, and then we do have this large avenue going down. Because of me forgetting to figure out a spot for me to put the entrance, or the spawn point in here, in the entrance, I decided just to have it here. So this part, it wouldn't be there in real life, but I just need to have it there since the park's functional, obviously. But this would be a large avenue, just allowing people to go from their cars parking straight up to the entrance of the park safely, and also just gives this nice view of the entrance from down there. And here's the view going down from up here. You can see just that view. And then one thing I do love about this entrance plaza is how this flat ride just sits over it, and also with how the Immelman sits over it with our launch coaster here. So for the parking lot here, we also have this path that goes all the way back here for this parking, and so we have trash cans and benches and all that all throughout. And then these would just be billards, just to stop cars from driving onto the pathway. Bus park is right here, and also handicaps all throughout here. Coming in here, on the right we have bathrooms for the entrance, and so we have that, and then this is our ticket booths. Then guests coming through here. Over here we have guest relations, more bathrooms over on this side, and then exits right here, entrance here, security, and obviously where they check your tickets. Coming to our left, we'll start off over here. We just have a small little eating area. I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute though. But our first ride, or roller coaster, is Forest Run. Going through the queue. I wanted to make this would be the newest ride in the park. So it came with a renovated entrance plaza, because all these buildings here are all modernized and all that. And so these three buildings here with station building, Big Bites, which is the food unit for the area. It's just a simple grab and go unit, and then this is the seating area for it, and then also over here. It was positioned a bit awkwardly, so that's why the seating areas for it are a bit far off. And then also, just to complete the area, we have obviously our big entrance structure, and also the photo booth for the ride. But going back into the queue here, I want to make it feel like we're in nature. I just have this covering here just to make sure any objects that might fall from the train don't hit any guests, or just decrease the chance. We have a cow pen here, and just simple winding path through some nature. Get a great view of the launch right here. And then we got another cowpen here, and then we come up here, and there a little turn around in the path, and then we come up to here. It is a ramp just to allow for handicap accessibility. And come into the station, we have our train here. But we're gonna go for a ride real quick, which I do want to just show you the angle from the queue of the launch. Wonderful. Which you can also kind of see it too from the outside, which I definitely do love those both angles. But back to what I was saying. We'll go for a ride, and then I'll make it up for y'all in just after your ride. Alrighty, so that was Force Run. Coming down the exit, which just in our ramp. We then have our photo booth, which this would be where you would buy your photo, which your photo is taken on the ride, and that happens right at the very end of the launch. All of the rides except for the raft ride, or rapids ride, whatever you want to call it, has a photo point on it. I just have the Vista points just to make people come here. Just simple 3 TVs, and just people to buy it. Then coming in here, we're gonna go left, and then we're gonna lap our way back around to the front here. So on the left we have our fireball, or whatever you want to call it. It's Helen Rig in real life, and then we also have our back lot, which we have our maintenance area for the Mach launch coaster, and then just some different maintenance stuff back here for Big Bites, and then we also just have a little storage warehouse here, and some other trucks and different things around this area. And then this road then leads out to the other storage or maintenance area and maintenance area for the whole park, and then also out of the park too. But this just goes around the outside of the park, and then it eventually reaches the next maintenance area, which I'll talk about when we get there. On the right we have the carousel. Both of these just use simple cowpens. And then on the right we have the chair swings. Just simple cowpen, out and back queue with cowpen at the end basically. On the left we have a rapids ride, which I'll talk a bit more about later on. But on our right, which I will just cover this path, or these two right now, we have the Cosmic Cow Ice Cream, which is just a milkshake place with small little seating area inside. And then we have the International Eatery. This is our restaurant for the park. This pretty much just has different foods from around the world. And just a little maintenance area for both of these in the back. And then coming back over here, I'll talk about the drop tower when we get over to there. The rapids ride, its maintenance area is in the center with this lake here. And so that would be where they would store the rafts while not being used. And then they could pick up the rafts and take them out by truck through here. They would just need to move the benches. Coming up to here, we have our entrance to the rapids ride, which is called Runaway Rapids. Coming through the queue, I want to make it feel like you're going into nature like the other one with Force Run. But there is quite a few cowpens here just because traditionally a rapids ride has quite low capacity but a very high amount of people wanting to go on it. So I just decided to do that, even though it isn't exactly like that in the game, but we'll ignore that. Realistically, this is how it would be. And so just got one big cowpen here, and then there's a smaller one here, and then there's a small one here. But this part here would be for if say the park isn't that busy one day, they could open this up and just allow people to flow through with that instead of having them go through that cowpen. Just allows people to save time while going through the queue. But coming through here, we go up with another ramp here just to allow for handicap accessibility. We go over the trough, which I do have these fences here just to cover up, or not cover up, but make sure that anything people might drop won't hit riders. And then comes down to here. And then this is where you enter on. And so I'll see ya. Just like I did with Force Run, I'll show you POV, but so I'll see ya after your ride. So that was the Rapids ride. Simple ramp just for handicap accessibility, as always. Just a little planning here just to finish off this little plaza I made for it. Then coming up here, pass back the entrance for the Rapids again. Up this little path here is exit to the Flying Eagles. But if we come up to here, this is the entrance for it. Simple cattle pen, and then wraps around to the back here. But coming on down to here, we can continue on down to our Bavarian area. Pass splits off here, but it just all leads down the same way. Just that on this side, we do have the Scrambler. And so, this is just simple cattle pen. And then just a plot. And this is our exit. On the right, we have, Snow Typhoon, our Eurofighter. And, we also have the photo booth for it. And obviously the exit and entrance for the ride. But I do want to just continue down here for a second. And here we got bathrooms. Then we also have an Iron Claw, simple cattle pen, wrapping around to the back here for the entrance. And then I'll talk more about this maintenance area back here once we get over to the food unit. But I want to go through the Eurofighter queue. Simple queue, which this is the maintenance area for it. They'd be able to fit both trains on this singular track here, so they wouldn't need to have multiple tracks. And also how they would get cranes and stuff down here is that they would have them drive right along the side of the queue. And then this fence, they could just move, and then they could get into the maintenance area. And so that's how they would get the trucks into here, and different vehicles and stuff like that. And then coming into here, we just have some simple cattle pen, just like I've been doing for most rides. Ramp for handicap accessibility as always, and then I also have a ramp on the exit for the same reason. Simple station, just a very open station, obviously. And coming into here, let's go for a ride on it. So, I'll see you after your ride. Alrighty, so that was Snow Typhoon, our Eurofighter. As I said earlier, ramp on the exit for handicap accessibility. On the right, we have the photo booth. And then, here we have, this will be the entrance into the photo thing, and then this would just be a little storage building for the area, and just general stuff around it. Some nice flower beds, right in front of the queue of the Iron Claw. That's the exit for the Iron Claw right there. And this coverall here is just to make sure that nothing from the riders that may go flying off in terms of loose articles will hit anyone inside the queue, which is why all this like tarping stuff is right over the queue. Also gives some shade during the summer. But coming into here, we have the food unit for the area. Simple grab and go unit. Eating area or seating areas inside. Don't have much seating outside for it because there's a ton of seating inside. But, as I said, I would talk about the maintenance area. So this is the maintenance area for the Bavarian area, and the main maintenance area for the whole park too. So, the Iron Claw, they just have a simple access into it from here. The gate just can be opened, which just a thing that I put in just because the Iron Claw is right here, so might as well just have an easy access into it. I also have that for the balloon right here, which I'll talk about more about later on. And so just have general clutter in this area, some vehicles, and then this would be your warehouses slash stuff where they would get stuff done for the rides, and this would just be the main thing for the whole park. And then this is the exit road out for the maintenance area, or the back roads for the park. This would continue on, but I just left it like this just to save some time when I was doing my final touches for it. Same with why some areas are unfinished in terms of outside the park, but that's fine. We have air conditioning and stuff, and then this upstairs floor, while it's not decorated, this would be most likely used for private events or just other just events or stuff, or also just some more seating. But I didn't decorate it. I just left it blank. Coming down along the path some more, we changed to a custom path cover. On the left, we have the entrance to the balloon ride. And the reason why this path here is so large, and we also have these temporary fencing in here, is that during the summer months when this ride will get maybe a longer line, or if it just gets a whole lot of people, they can move these fences in as just temporary fencing, just to extend the queue a bit more and give them a bit of a larger cattle pen here than they already have. And then also on the left here we have a little arcade, which we do have another one that's the exact same as this later on, which is just, well, was supposed to be vending machines, but I just used them as arcade machines in here. Nothing's functional in here other than the ATM in the back, though. This is also the exit for the balloon ride. And then on the right, we just have a staff building, and then a little back area for the staff building. Continuing down the path here with nothing along here, until we get to the end here. On the left, we have the photo unit for the wooden coaster, which is the most popular coaster in the park, which I don't know if that necessarily correlates to real life, but at least in the game it is, just because it has the highest prestige. But on the right, we just have, what's it called? A Weisserhorn. And this just has a simple cattle pen. Just sits there pretty much, would have been probably there for a while. And then also, along with the photo unit, we do have a little churro place, which is just be grab-and-go unit. Most likely, the churros would not be produced inside this, like, actual unit here. It would have been produced somewhere else inside the park, and then delivered here by a person, or, like, by a little cart. And then continuing down, on the right, we have another food unit. Just a simple grab-and-go unit, which is smaller than the other one. With seating inside, too, and also a bit of seating outside. We have another maintenance area here for it, and then, which I'll talk about that a bit more. Or actually, I'll talk about it right now. It's just as clutter for this, food unit here. And then also, this just extends to also being a little maintenance area for the bathrooms here. Coming back over to here, we have the maintenance area for the wooden coaster, and, so how they would get the trucks into here. They would just drive them on the road here, and I'll talk about how they get them onto the pathway. And so they would just bring them over to here. They could then drive them in through the gate right here, or yeah, through the gate. And then once they have the trucks in here, they can obviously do what they need to. And then the maintenance area over here too is just for the photo unit and other stuff. And the church place obviously in here. And this would just be to store some other stuff that can just kind of sit outside. And then because this is a very large maintenance area here, I decided to fill it in with some more shipping containers and just general clutter, just to use as storage and more stuff like that. But we have the Bavarian Beast, which is our wooden coaster. So here's the queue for it. This is definitely a very small queue, but it works. Coming along here, pretty much just a large cowl pen inside of this brake run / turnaround area for it. That's enclosed by a station, and then turnaround and brake runs for the ride, and then also the very start of it. But another ramp just for handicap accessibility. Just allows handicapped people to go through the normal queue instead of needing to go up through the exit or needing to put in an elevator. Coming in here, we have our wooden coaster, but this is oriented for families, and this would have been most likely the oldest coaster in the park at the time of obviously me recording this. But let's take a ride on it, and I'll meet back with y'all after your ride. So I'll see you in just a moment. Alrighty, so that was the Bavarian Beast, which I know I've been carrying on like down the exit, but I do want to just go over one thing. Well, we'll need a train to go by it first of all, but I do want to show one cool thing that I like about the ride, in that it does have a dueling element too, because of if it's running 3 trains at least. If it's running 2, not so much. But at least on the return run and the entrance run, or beginning, I don't know how to say it, or how you would say it, but this part right here, the train's going back to the station, it goes over it, and then the train leaving goes under. And there is quite a few different moments, but that's the only time where the trains actually go over each other. And they do that about pretty much every time, as long as there isn't like a breakdown or something like that. But that's just one thing I do want to highlight. It's very hilly, obviously, which it is unique in that it doesn't have a lift hill at the very beginning, it has it in the very middle of the ride. But that's the one thing I did want to talk about. But coming on over to here, have our exit ramp for accessibility, as always. Coming down to here, on the left, we have the Tri-Storm. And it's just simple Calopen. Nothing really to say about that. On the left here, we have a Hyperspin. Calopen too. Nothing much to say about that too. And then coming to here on the left, this is actually a gate, and this would allow for trucks to come in from the outside from obviously the parking lot, and be able to come into the park and go on the different paths during, obviously, when the park is closed, and just allows them to access different maintenance areas inside the park, like the Woody one, the one here, and then a couple different other places throughout the park. And so it just gives access for that. Coming in here, we have some more stuff down to the right here, but I just want to go over to the left here just to finish this part off. And over here, we just have the Wild Blue. And this is the ride that I said that I really liked because of its appearance over the entrance earlier. Just simple Calopen that wraps around its plot just to get to the entrance. And so just easy, nice little ride here. And then coming over to here, here's that arcade I was talking about. Same stuff applies for this, same exact thing actually, just this doesn't have the lights. So I explained that earlier, so I'm not going to go back over it. But coming down to here, we have our international eatery right here. But the more important thing that I haven't covered is the drop tower. This is just simple Calopen, and then obviously it's drop tower. This is a pretty small queue. Probably should have made it a bit bigger, but it works. And well, we got a drop tower here, and so it runs. It's actually the biggest ride in the park, technically, or not technically, it is. So it definitely has its place over Skyline, as you can see, with the other rides being the Eurofighter, and then also a bit of the launch coaster appearing over it quite a bit too. But it's a nice park, I would say, and definitely enjoyed making it. But as always, if you want to see another park series, you can like and subscribe. And also, I will be putting this on the Frontier Workshop. But that'll be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you have, make sure to subscribe, and do see you next one. Bye!